Back to Star Trek Online, Star Trek Absolute. You can clearly see we're not where we left off. Last time we left off in the Undine Battle Zone. Here we are at Deep Space Nine. And I found another area with the tribute panel, if you like, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just thought it would be cool to highlight this is on the upper platform on the Deep Space Nine as well. There might be some going on. But for now, a little bit echo there for me. I'll find where the echo's coming now. There we go. I'm going to start off by basically explaining how Vanek has been fighting the Undine off camera. That's in essence how we're explaining away moving on to the next mission. Because we got introduced to the Undine Battle Zone, but we didn't really do anything in it. Because I'm not particularly fond of it, to put it plainly. So I'm basically saying canon-wise, Vanek-wise, all of that fighting, what have you, Vanek and the USS Absolute has done off camera. I came to Deep Space Nine to get some repairs done because the USS Absolute got damaged, something like that. There you go. Some sort of reason for us to come here and see that and be there. And to receive a new officer, maybe. We'll join the USS Absolute. Depends what they've got. Reverse shield polarity is a good one. Reverse shield polarity maybe is the best one there. I don't know. What we currently got? Polarized hull. Feedback pulse. Reverse shield polarity. It's not there that I can see. Where is it? Oh, there is it. This reverse shield clarity is a level 3 one. Okay, now I've got to take a look at this. What's going on here? Yeah, it would explain if it's on an engineering officer and not a science officer. But then, that's me. Right, and of course that's not going to be actually that helpful because Commander of Engineering is in the command section. But I could change that. One or two could go to Lieutenant. And then we'll have a few more engineering abilities, because right now command is sort of coming under tactical. I've already got one engineering ability. Although Hazard Miss is pretty good. I suppose there's no harm in seeing. I mean, Tyrell's definitely staying there. With both Polarized Hull, Feedback Pulse, Subjoint Officer. Because I don't believe. What's the Doctor's Guard? And you'd have Hazard free. It is free, so yeah, no, I'm more willing to stick with Tyrell because she's got lots of access to different abilities, whether it be Polarized Hull 1, Tachyon Beam 1, Feedback 1, Tachyon Beam 2, Track Beam 2, Atomic Officer, Scramble Sensors. You've got more options there. And I'm not sure what one of two has got. So number 1, take that slot for a second. So you got Moses Power to Shield and you got Engineering Team 2. Doctor will still just have Science Team 1. That's definitely staying. It's just a matter of whether or not. Because what is reverse shield polarity? Energy shield will take an age down to energy shield. Tell you what, I don't know if I'll keep it that way or not, but that will help us choose our engineering officer, but it's going to join the Absolute. No, there's no one on my senior staff that can be replaced, unfortunately. However, you may join the crew as you wish. either switch the doctor back. You've got science team, hazard emitters. Team removes hazard and damage over times for 15 seconds, which I do like. I suppose I could get that on you, but I like feedback pulse as well, because it reflects damage. This isn't something I thought I'd be doing to start off with. It does give us an idea of what our options could be, but considering these are both universal stations. That does require us taking damage too. That's any shield face, isn't it? Questions remaining. Reflecting 5% of energy damage back to the target for 15 seconds versus hazard emitters 2. We'll probably still keep engineering team 1. Then we can consider adding something to you. Maybe even reverse shield polarity. Well, this is a situation I didn't intend to happen at the start of this session. But it has. I think we've got a science officer, haven't we? Energy Siphon 2. Instead. Ops. Alright. We'll get a hazard emitters 2. There we go. Which we know. Captain Magnus Ravel can be trained in and do. One of 2 is already a lieutenant, so she can be trained in something else. The way I see it, this is a unique ability of increasing subsystem powers across the board. Not really to do with increasing hull repairs or increasing shields or shield repairs. This one restores shield and restores hull. So that does both. It calls in artillery. This is summon. I like summons. And this is a unique one which I wouldn't normally choose, but it decreases their outgoing damage and it helps keep them in a forward arc. So you don't have necessarily a difference. Tactical team technically does distribute shields. These 2, scatter volley helps with cannons, Spouse and Pater 2 helps with the mines. Photonic Officer helps reduce the recharge time of British officers by 3% each second for 20 seconds, helping mitigate what reroute power from life support does. Those 2 sort of help each other. And then hazard emitters is do hull repairing and hull strengthening or damage resistance. Horizontal damage resistance. This is hull, this is shields. This is shields. That's hull. So we got, let's see, 1, to two for shields, haven't we? If we include tactical team. Because you do both, so I'm not going to count you. Then you've got 1, 2 for the hull. I'm kind of hoping the 27.5 all damage resistance rating applies also to the shields, but it might not, because it is specifically polarized hull. If I say that is hull though, we have got reverse shield polarity, we just got that. Immune to shield drain, I do like. So if we're getting shield drain, I know to activate that ability. That's if I remember that in the moment. I don't always back myself to do. This is immune to tractor beams and teleport. This removes damage over times. Deepest removed. This regenerates shield, this regenerates hull and repairs disabled systems. This distributes shields but also helps with general energy weapon and kinetic damage. And having a reverse shield polarity makes us immune to shield drain, I do like that. And we just got an officer for it in the Regilian officer just there, so reverse shield polarity, and then we at least have 2 engineering skills instead of just the 1. There we go, okay. So a little bit of change there before we head back to the ship and continue on with missions. That's what we're going to do now. Pause and stories. What's this? Oh, okay, there's a load of stuff there. Well, being sure what that does, I don't want to activate it just in case it's not gonna help cannon wise. Let's return to the ship. Yes, absolutely. Bring me back. Nope. Okay, so let's see how it's affected us. It's not affected anything there. I wouldn't expect it to. That's all fine. That's all good. Patrolling officer whenever possible. Hazard emitters. Damage over time. Science team. Shields. Purse or better control effects, so that already activates automatically when that happens. That obviously helps us when we're at 50% of health or less. It's actually important that it removes damage over time, because obviously if we're getting consistently damaged at 50% or less, that could be a USS Absolute being destroyed. Right, then we've got reverse shield polarity. If I do that when I'm going to do it when average shield strength is less than or equal to 75%. I don't normally, but it's more to do with the fact that it makes us immune to shield drain, because I imagine, considering I consistently hold down the L3 to keep shield facings all equally balanced, I imagine if we've gone to 75% average shield strength, that probably means we're being shield drained. So that'll activate and cut that off, hopefully automatically. And we'll just keep engineering team as one of the other teams I would keep tactical team. That's already set when any of your shields are less than or equal to 50%. So that already does that anyway. These are already set. It's just the reroute power from life support, which can't be automatically set. So we'll keep that there. There we go. And so I imagine we're going to be returning back to the Dyson Sphere. So, the Undine battles have been going well, we're pushing them out, and now there's discussions about what to do with the Dyson Sphere that we've discovered on the other side, the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. So let's receive a hail. Thankfully we've pushed them back, Admiral. A sound decision, Admiral. I will be there to support your summit. I do agree, although it is already under Federation claim, being that we were uncovering its secrets. I see that is not the point you are trying to make, and I agree it should be secondary to the threat of the Undine. I will indeed, Admiral. I will see you in the Dyson Sphere. Our system has set a course for the Claret system. I wonder if we have to. I will just save to make sure that the stations are all set as they should be. Perfect. At least now we have a little bit extra engineering skill. I do like things to be as balanced as possible. Alright, let's set a course. Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the Alpha Quadrant at the moment. Transwarp to Earth. We know there's a transwarp exit at Earth. Leave immediately. We've got a boost from something then. System. I assume it's still the Claret system we need to go to. Yeah, it is pretty much, isn't it? Yep. Not quite got access to the quantum slipstream yet. I suppose you maybe get that when you become a rear admiral? No. But with a warp factor of 10.57, that might be including a 25% increase set to speed travel. We got a new. Oh, that'll be from the crew discounts. The quantum torpedo launcher we can't use yet because that is rear admiral upper half. That's also rear admiral lower half shield array. We have got a couple of medium hyper and small hyper there. And the phaser and the personal shield. So the doctor needs to have one maybe. You know, the medium hyper. Lisa Flores, you can have the small hypo. Dravel, you'll have to make do, unfortunately. But we'll take a look. He's got a little bit more 92. Nope. Oh, yes. You get a phaser stun pistol, Doctor. It's probably appropriate for you, actually. And a better shield? Nope. Kind of. No. Yeah, it's better. One or two gets. No, that'll do. Replicate, and we will get rid of the shield and the pistol. Keep our inventory as clean as possible. I've got some new Romulan research, but I'm not sure if that's to do with duty officers or what have you. I don't know yet. I haven't really looked into that. Right. I believe we've arrived. Good. Begin surface tension. I'm kind of glad that I exited the Undine battle zone now. That means we can just start it from this side. Do wonder how we're going to become Rear Admiral. So far there's always been a somewhat prominent figure that's been involved in Vanek's promotions.
Last time on Star Trek Online.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed. Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian and Undine influence.
Is that...
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway! Now!
Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Solanae Dyson Sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Jenolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now, the continuation.
So it's been a year at least. As Vanek is the class of 2409. There's some discrepancies in...
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Well, beam me down. Yeah, so there's some discrepancies in that previously on Star Trek Online, simply because the uniforms and what have you weren't right, but then it was made quite a while ago. So there you go. Captain Sean.
Good to see you. I'd say you're right on time, but it looks like everyone else wants to be fashionably late.
We're still finishing preparations for the conference, and Admiral Tuvok is already there. The Klingon and Romulan delegates will arrive soon, so we should head inside as soon as you're ready.
Please, lead on, Captain. Like Iconian vessels. Structure is somewhat similar to the Solar Dyson Sphere. Admiral Tuvok, it is agreeable to speak with you again, in person.
Thank you for joining us here. We need assistance with preparations for the conference. The Romulan and Klingon delegations are still in private deliberations, but other delegates are arriving. Several preliminary tasks remain before we can begin the presentation. Your support in this matter would be appreciated.
I have no issue in assisting you, Admiral, wherever you need me. Here's absolute. We could probably use some security in here. There is a lot of different peoples and societies, and we don't want to have any fights breaking out. Any incidents if possible. Please beam over the security team immediately. Ensign Xochitl, is it?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Bear with me. Ensign Rill?
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Ensign Maya.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
You look like you've seen battle. Go to the Klingon delegation.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
And Ensign
Where do you
Rill.
want me posted, sir?
You may go to the Romulan delegation.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
The projector also needs to be manned. It's rather loud voices over here. Excuse me, I don't mean to intrude.
This Cardassian thug is trying to push Bajor out of this conference. We have as much of a right to be represented here as any other world, more than the Cardassians. They're not even part of the Federation or the Klingon Empire.
Oh no, please remain calm. Let's get to the bottom of this. What's the basis of this dispute?
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, Bajor is a member of the Federation. Ambassador Sugihara is capable of representing them along with the Deltans, Andorians, Vulcans, and everyone else, even the Tellarites, though I suspect they'd argue that point rather robustly.
I do agree. However, I do believe it's an unfair characterization. You have to consider the wormhole, which leads to the Gamma Quadrant. It is very much like this situation as if it's a gateway to the Delta Quadrant. I must say we value their experience and their opinion here. I hope you understand.
Indeed. One wonders how well that gateway would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture rather than Cardassian. The Federation's track record on wormhole security is far from ideal. One only needs to consider the multiple Dominion occupations of the station for proof of that point.
And yet, the current occupiers of the station are still Federation. Counselor. This is simply a distraction from the larger issue at hand. The problems that we are going to present tonight are larger than a single world or a single wormhole. The Undine threatens us all. We need to show a united front. Let us not get distracted here.
The Federation has never made a policy of preventing member worlds from overseeing their own interests in conjunction with Federation efforts. Or is Bajor going to be treated differently than other member worlds?
We can't have an open and honest conference unless all parties are willing to engage in meaningful dialogue. This isn't about raising one's voice over one another. It's not about shutting out members of the galactic community either. Both Bajor and Cardassia need to be included, not excluded in this.
Well said. Perhaps there's hope for this conference yet. I'm quite willing to put this disagreement behind us in the interest of the bigger picture.
Thank you, Councillor Garrick.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Thank you, Satora. Well, you could say that's Vanek thinking of the computer's head in his voice in his head. It's a Delta Quadrant. I'm surprised Admiral Janeway is not here, but perhaps she joins us later.
Thank you for your assistance. Please take the opportunity to speak with the various delegates. Having an understanding of the positions of each representative will facilitate more effective negotiations.
Indeed. I am, of course, invited as a Federation representative. It's only that I speak to other representatives. Ambassador Segura.
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta Quadrants is for all the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those who would threaten our worlds. It doesn't matter if that threat comes from the Undine, the Borg, or the Iconians. The response is the same.
Oh, that was unexpectedly brief. Thank you, Ambassador. I'm sorry if I interrupted the conversation here. I am Captain Vanek.
The Xindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were. The Undine's lies and manipulation remind us of the Sphere Builders, whose deceptions led us to make one of the greatest mistakes in our history. There are 5 races on my world. We all know reaching a consensus can be difficult, but the Xindi are living proof that if we put aside animosity, our differences can make us stronger.
If one is weak, another fills in. I appreciate your viewpoint on this. Thank you. Ambassador Slass.
I sincerely hope that the Federation is not wasting our time here. If your presentation is to explain the threat posed by the Undine, let me spare you the effort. The Klingon Empire has been aware of this threat for quite some time now.
Yes, we are aware, and we thank you for attending, Ambassador. Surprising, it seems the Gorn may have got a member on the council after all. For Consul Tan, it is a pleasure. Jolon crew, as they say.
Thank you for the invitation. Starfleet certainly knows how to organize their meetings on a grand scale. I trust that the Republic will be able to take a leadership role in studying this sphere. The extensive knowledge we've gained from the Solanae sphere should give us an advantage here. And, after all, the gateway that leads to both of these spheres is in Republic space.
I realize you're looking out for the Romulan Republic's interests, per Consul. The Starfleet and the Federation have already been studying the Jedi Dyson sphere, but that's not the only thing we need to decide here. I would like to know about your viewpoints on the Undine.
Yes, the Undine. Very interesting. My security advisors have been looking over the data, and we are all very curious to hear what you and Admiral Tuvok have to say on the matter.
Yes. Thank you for attending, Proconsul. Please take a position at the podium.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
Thank you, interior voice. Varek's mind? Sounds like the computer. Admiral, is there anything else that is required?
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak to Captain Sean? After that, your assistance in encouraging everyone to take their seats would be appreciated.
Understood, Admiral. I will finish the preparations while you have your moment with Captain Sean, and then direct people to their seats. Ensign? I'm glad to see this debate being more civil, but I believe it is time to be seated.
Ah, it seems the time has come at last. Thank you for the reminder.
You're very welcome, Counselor. Good evening. It is time to be seated, if you may.
I was just going. Don't rush me.
Thank you for taking your seat. As well as discussions are going, it is time for the presentation to begin. If you could please be seated.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
Thank you ever so much. It was good talking to you earlier, Glednegus. It is time to be seated if you both could take your places.
I suppose we can begin.
As soon as everyone has taken their seats, we shall.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
I didn't realize that was Glednegus from there. Captain Collins here. Turn. Oh, Commander Jarox here. That's the secure. Captain Charlotte's over there. Right. Admiral, presentation may begin when you're ready.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here, just as we have led efforts to secure the Solanae sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now. Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such...
Ambassador, given what we now know, that was a mistake. The Empire recognized the Undine threat years ago. We didn't.
You admit you are wrong?
The evidence provided by Admiral Tuvok and his team is sound.
Thank you, Captain Sean. However, dwelling on past mistakes will not solve the problems of the present.
Our fleet stands ready to protect both spheres from the Undine.
The Undine can wait. We have more important business to discuss. Who owns this sphere?
I represent a consortium of businessmen on Ferenginar. We are prepared to invest significant venture capital into transforming this sphere into a vacation destination to rival Risa. I have a proposal of 500,000 bars of... What's that?
Tuvok to Voyager. Report.
A massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the Gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Direct to Lisette. Track their course.
This is...
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
The
targeting
Federation
space
is our enemy, but the Undine attack like assassins in the night.
We will crush the Kamikuv!
A significant Undine force is headed for the Sol system. We must stop the Undine from breaching Earth's defenses.
Users Absolute, prepare to beam me back and set course for Earth. We need to follow the Undine fleet and prevent them from assaulting Earth.
Species 8472 is already boarded Earth space dock. Once we are through the gateway, we must render assistance as soon as possible.
Remember this mission? Space Dock's going to look a little bit different when we come aboard it.
I am picking up several distress calls from across the system. Curious. There are fewer Undine vessels than we witnessed using the gateway.
It could be elsewhere. Any word from Starfleet Command, Admiral?
Negative. The subspace relay booster network appears to be offline. I am reading Undine ships attacking Earth space dock, as well as attacks on the lunar colonies and the orbital habitat on the far side of Earth.
Then we need to split our forces if we're going to stop the Undine in multiple locations.
Agreed. Enterprise will clear the area around the lunar colonies.
Very well, Captain Sean. We'll head to Earth space dock.
Fine. Jirok and I will clear the far side of the planet.
Good hunting, Captain Corran.
Enterprise will set course for Luna.
The Borderskew and the Lisette will lead the fight on the far side.
Send support to the ships, Admiral. We can get more reinforcements. We have to be over some engineers and supplies.
My ship is operational. We will fall in and help you make a drive for the space dock.
Very good. Prepare to engage.
Earth's space dock is taking severe structural damage.
Uncloak. have time. More supplies needed. Or another one of those useless workers.
If we do not hurry, Earth's space dock may be destroyed.
Keep on board. Send a little more support.
Undine hunting parties on Earth's space dock. We're fighting them, but comms are spotty. I was lucky to get an external signal working. We need any
assistance you can spare.
No space dock, this is just absolute. What happened? Where is the rest of the fleet?
There are Undine ships attacking key sites across the quadrant. Our ships are responding to everything they can, but we're stretched thin. When the Undine arrived here, they damaged every ship in the system, hit the orbital platforms, and then most of them just left. Automated defense systems are offline. We're struggling just to keep control of the station.
No space dock will render us what assistance we can.
I've received orders from New Romulus. In light of this situation, the Lisette is being recalled to defend the homeworld. I will contact you if there is any change.
At least the Undine ships have been dealt with here, Commander. Go defend your homeworld. Admiral Tuvok, recommendations.
The boarding parties on Earth's space dock should be our main concern. The Undine will be attempting to cripple Starfleet operations, gain valuable data, and capture ranking officers. We cannot afford to allow them to succeed. I am prepared to beam down immediately. Your assistance will greatly improve our chances of success.
Agreed. Number 1, make sure there are no more reinforcements that can get aboard this space dock.
Earth's space dock has sustained severe damage from multiple Undine boarding parties. We must locate Admiral Quinn. The most expedient path to the Admiral's office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear. We must ascertain the whereabouts of Admiral Quinn and expel all Undine boarders. Teams from other ships, including some Klingon and Romulan vessels, have beamed to lower decks here on the station. While their willingness to assist us is unexpected, their desire to see this enemy stopped is gratifying.
Seems the summit had some success then, Admiral. And as you can see, the space dock looks a little bit different than what we're used to. There's someone crying nearby. They need help. There's a rock.
Everything hurts. What? Who? Admiral Tuvok?
Admiral Tuvok is here. Tell us what happened.
I don't... What? The windows. They came through the windows, walking on the hall. I don't know. After the Borg attack during my cadet cruise, I thought working on Earth's space dock would be less... dramatic.
Admiral Tuvok, he seems rather rattled. But what can we do?
Indeed. I can initiate a mind meld. It will calm him, and I will be able to learn what he knows about the attack. I have melded with non-Vulcans before. Their minds are cluttered and chaotic, but I should be able to complete the ritual successfully.
I would be interested to learn how you do so, but now is not the time for that. Do what you need to. I'll keep watch.
My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
Ensign Rock, how are you feeling? Very well. Ensign, you come with us. We'll get through this together.
There is more going on with these boarding parties than mere phaser fire. There are more Starfleet officers fighting nearby.
More survivors, Admiral. We can help them.
We need to manually activate the fire suppression systems.
Right, I think I see the correct panel for the fire extinguishers.
I thought Earth's space dock would be a quiet assignment.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
We can deal with them, Admiral. convinced. Security stations are still active. They're able to pull down the airspace. Right now. Mr. Rock, what do you see?
Admiral Tuvok, I'm going to help hold this position. I'm not much of a soldier, but I can make repairs and help keep this area clear of Undine. I hope Admiral Quinn is okay. He was on comms a few minutes ago, but the transmission was cut off.
Ensign, we will find Admiral Quinn. Keep yourself safe. And the lieutenant here.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
I'll stay here. Good luck.
Didn't make it. No. Out of my head.
Admiral Quinn.
Admiral. Something is not right here. Something is very wrong. Something wrong. That wasn't Admiral Quinn at all. Where is Admiral Quinn, Admiral?
The shape-shifting nature of species 8472 makes them a dangerous foe. We will have to proceed with caution to avoid being caught unaware again. Clearly, Admiral Quinn is not here. He may be still alive elsewhere on the station. The logical course of action amid so much chaos will be to re-establish the chain of command.
I'm open to suggestions. How should we proceed?
Perhaps we can establish more reliable communications by directly linking to the Starbase's internal systems. The consoles here can be used for that purpose. Make the attempt. I will keep watch for more Undine.
I think I've worked with this system before. I'll link to internal comms.
I will cover you.
This console seems undamaged.
Who is this? Communications are damaged. One moment. This is Admiral Quinn.
Forgive me, Admiral, but how do we know you're the real Admiral Quinn?
I suppose that's a valid question. You reported to me after the attack on Vega Colony. I took a chance on promoting you. I see now it was the right one. Admiral Tuvok, we spoke briefly about your mission right before you reported back to Voyager. You mentioned your wife and said it was fortunate you had time to visit Vulcan to see T'Pel before the conference.
Well, there was an attack after Vega Colony, and you did promote me to Commander, and as well as Captain of the recommendation of Proconsul Titan. I believe you, Admiral.
Admiral, what is your status?
Yes, Admiral. We have come across a shapeshifter version of you. We'd like to know that you're right.
I'm pinned down in my office with Egan. We've been trying to get internal comms and sensors working. What's your status?
From what we can see on the deck, we're on not good. We have a lot of casualties.
The Undine boarding parties appear to have some goal in mind, but we are unsure as to what it might be. Admiral, I suggest you hold your position. We will make our way to you.
We'll be there soon, Admiral.
Stay alert for more imposters.
Agreed. And since we are not alone beyond the storm. Admiral Tanay may not have taught me how to mind meld. form of Vulcan pinch. But I have been more active in my limited telepathy and senses.
Ambush. There are still more Undine on the station. I can feel their anger.
As can I.
The way is blocked. There may be an alternate route on the upper deck. Admiral Quinn and Commander Egan are below. The Admiral appears to require medical treatment. It is agreeable to see you, Admiral.
Admiral? Admiral, you're right. He's dazed, but he's not critically injured. Hang in there, sir. Let's see if my medical training can pay off. Admiral, can you at least respond to me?
Thank you. Now, maybe we should... Commander Egan!
Egg?
Egg? Where are you going?
One moment, Admiral.
He went right through my shield.
Intriguing. The amount of resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said...
The weak will perish! And you are
Egan. Is that your time to activate the space station?
The bioship's power meters.
It was the Undine put all their eggs in one basket. Admiral, it seems that we have had Undine in our midst all along.
Egan was an Undine? That would explain what happened to our defense grid. He would have known they were coming, and had ample opportunity to sabotage us. Damn, I didn't see that coming.
We cannot focus on past mistakes. We will learn from them. Right now, Admiral, what are your orders?
Hagen. It's hard to believe.
Oh no, sir.
He attacked me mentally, led everyone into a trap. I couldn't stop him. We have much to consider. There may be...
Tuvok?
Tuvok! What's going on? Tuvok! Can you hear me? Tuvok!
Admiral?
Tuvok! Hello, Tuvok. Egan was too weak. He spent too much time among humans. He served his purpose, and you will be far too late.
Too late for what?
Your quadrant will fall. The weak will perish. This dimension will be cleansed, purified of infestation. Your efforts are meaningless. I know your thoughts, Tuvok.
Indeed, Doctor. But I have taken advantage of this connection to look into your mind as well.
What?
I understand now what your plans are. You will not succeed.
You can't stop us. Tuvok! Tuvok!
Tuvok.
Admiral Tuvok! Admiral!
Diversion. This was all a diversion.
What do you mean?
Kronos. Their real target is Kronos.
Captain Corrin?
Come. Kronos may not have much time. The Federation and the Empire have been at war for far too long. Now we must join together for the common good.
Absolute. Want to beam up. Lay in a course of Kronos, maximum warp. Engage transwarp if we have the means to do so.
We have arrived in the Kronos system. At this time, the ruins of Praxis are concealing our arrival from the Undine. The Klingon homeworld defense fleet has engaged the bulk of the Undine forces, but they appear to be taking heavy casualties.
Just 2 Federation ships? 2? Where is the Enterprise? Where's the rest of your fleet? I knew better than to trust Starfleet. You run when you should fight.
We are here, Captain Corrin, and reinforcements are on their way. We will fight and defend your homeworld to the ultimate price if we must.
The Romulans have promised additional aid, as has Starfleet Command. The Enterprise is contacting all available ships and...
Words are meaningless. Deeds show the true heart of a warrior. Join me if you are not as cowardly as the rest of the Federation. Today is a good day to die.
Today is a good day to fight. More ships will be on their way as well. Cloak, and prepare to engage. Launching processing.
The Romulan Republic has made commitments to its allies. We are here to honor them.
Starfleet had bothered to show up!
Admiral, never tell me the odds. And yes, I know, copyright and all that.
The tide may turn against us, but this will be our day of glory! Think of it as an increase in your opportunities to die with honor.
My apologies for being late.
Captain Shaw?
Just one more ship?
Not exactly. We brought a few friends.
This is Captain Battle. I'm taking you by the top. All of my Roger, 226. We'll focus on one ship. Cloak. I don't cloak. What about? Advance towards the shipyard. It's absolutely clear to both engage in there. Charged. Admiral Tuvok, are you seeing this? Is that a planet killer?
What is that thing?
The Undine have brought a large craft through a quantum singularity.
They're powering up weapons!
The Undine have a new planet killer!
It seems I was correct.
Target that ship, and fire all weapons!
No effect! They're too strong!
Recommendations.
Voyager has one nanite torpedo remaining from her time in the Delta Quadrant. Such devices proved effective against the Undine in the past. Tactical. Fire when ready.
Surprised you haven't used it, Admiral. Admiral, it seems to have worked.
They took some damage, but the planet killer can still fire. I can get the Aquarius into firing position above her and exploit the opening in her shields, but someone will need to keep the Undine distracted.
It seems they can launch an Aquarius escort as well. We'll keep it distracted. Made it.
Weapons are offline. This is our only chance. Setting the Aquarius on a collision course.
You can't hear anything.
Acknowledged.
You should not hear something.
Do we have Sean's coordinates?
Getting locked now, sir.
You can't hear it.
He did it, sir! The planet killer has been destroyed.
Captain Sean, make it.
Tuvok to Allied fleet. Stand down. The Undine are retreating. Captain Sean.
Transporter room. Did you get him?
Captain.
We have...
Captain Sean to Admiral Tuvok. Permission to come aboard?
Klingon High Council wishes to discuss the most recent developments. We have been invited to transport directly to the High Council chambers.
In that case, I will see you down there, Admiral Tuvok. Commander Flores, you have the bridge. Give me a panic attack then, Ryan, saying that you can't hear anything. Alright. We'll beam down. And that'll be this entire arc done. Certainly Dyson Sphere done. This was a long mission. It's a very long mission. And the next arc is a very long one. Good one though. Apparently some people that don't like us on the other side of that door. So they're not too keen for having the Federation here. Weapons away. Admiral?
There are many here who have seen the danger Species 8472 presents with their own eyes for the first time. Thank you for your assistance in protecting both Earth and Kronos from the Undine. However terrible, this battle did have one benefit. Today's fight opened the door to what may be a lasting peace between the Federation and the Empire.
That is our greatest hope, Admiral.
Now we must have the courage to compromise for the greater good. In its way, that can be more difficult than waging war. The formalities will begin soon. Until then, I must take the time to speak to others who were instrumental in the success of this mission.
Of course, I understand. We face great threats, but we will also celebrate great victories. Yes, I know, when we're in battles and what have you, I know it's very loud. I don't tend to say anything too meaningful then. During moments like this though, it's fine. And to be fair, during a large battle, you don't necessarily need to hear the captain they're saying when you're watching the battle from the exterior. It's fine. It's fine. Who do I want to speak to? Ooh, Worf's here. Ambassador?
I served in Starfleet, and now I serve the Empire. There are many on both sides of the current conflict for whom I have deep respect. I see this as an opportunity. We may find we have more in common than we realize.
I believe we do, Ambassador. I believe we do. Right. Commander Jarek.
Earth and Kronos are safe, and the Romulan Republic is pleased to assist its allies. I just wish my father could see all of us working together toward a common goal. This is the future he dreamed of.
It's a dream. I hope it becomes reality, Commander. Proconsul, it is good to speak with you.
Our people come from a culture of deception and division. We've rejected our past in favor of open alliances. Perhaps it's time for the Federation and the Empire to set aside their past as well. We would welcome a ceasefire between our allies.
On a personal note, I completely agree, Proconsul. A ceasefire is exactly what I believe is needed. Thank you. It is Captain Sean. Captain, it is good to see you alive and well. You're very brave in the Aquarius escort there.
That was a close one, but I'm fortunate Voyager transported me off the ship at the last second. It would have been a worthy sacrifice. Kronos is too important to lose.
Agreed, but I'm glad you're still here, Captain. The Enterprise would certainly miss her captain. Captain Karn, apologies for I didn't mean to be rude. You fought well today. Hopla.
You have shown your true nature today. Worf was correct. There is honor in the Federation. The conflict between us has gone on long enough. Now we should turn our blades toward the real enemy.
Well, I am sorry it has come to having to have a common enemy for there to be peace. I am grateful in a way to the Undine. And to the Iconians who were putting ruse ships in fluidic space.
I remember you from the Gateway activation. You fought well today. May our meetings on the battlefield always be as glorious.
Yes, Captain. Hopla, again. Ambassador, I hope you have come around to our way of thinking.
My people have respected the Federation ever since our first encounter with your famed Captain Kirk. I have advised Chancellor Jimpok that the Gorns support the idea of a ceasefire. Perhaps this will lead to greater freedom for all of us.
Thank you, Ambassador. You get to speak to everyone. You get to speak to everyone anyway. I don't really know the House, but I do remember speaking to the Zindi. Yeah, it's good to see you again.
The 5 races of the Zindi once tried to exterminate humanity. But through the efforts of a few people who were willing to change, we put aside our weapons and worked through our differences. Now, we are members of the Federation. Peace came with great difficulty, but that is the way of most things worth having. The Undine are here, and they're spreading lies and dividing us from within. Now, more than ever, we need to set aside our animosities and work together for the greater good.
Agreed. If history serves, it was Captain Archer of Starfleet that helped to see that the Zindi were being used by the Sphere Builders. It is a great honor to still have you part of the Federation. Does that answer your question, Ryan? Admiral Quinn?
A true peace may not be on the table yet, but I hope we can at least broker a lasting armistice. But first, we celebrate today. Earth and Kronos are safe.
Although there is plenty of repairing and work to be done, Admiral. But for now, yes, we celebrate. And so we did get to speak to everyone anyway. I don't believe we met Captain Vanek of the USS Absolute.
I admit I did not expect the Federation to act with such honor. I do not know what the final decision of the High Council will be, but rest assured that the Undine will pay. We will hunt down every last Kameku and destroy them for what they have done here today.
Even if we are at war, helping Kronos was the right thing to do. I hope the Federation and Cleon Empire can have a lasting peace this time. And Chancellor, it is good to finally meet you. Not in combat.
You fought well for someone from Starfleet.
Thank you, I think.
Many fine warriors have earned their places in Sto-vo-kor today. They died with honor, fighting one of our most formidable enemies. The Undine brought the battle to our very threshold. The fine warriors standing before me pushed them back. Let us honor our sacrifices and our accomplishments by ending...
This is not part of the ceremony.
So, you are the heroes of the Milky Way. You have come further than we expected. But still you chase our shadows.
We are not here to impress you, demon! We stand united! And there is no one who can...
We give you a single warning. Do not attract our attention
Admiral? What was that? Are they alright?
That was the reason we need to work together. It's time for our feud to end.
Agreed. From this day forward, all hostilities between the Empire and the Federation will cease.
Oh, let's glitch it out a little bit.
The Iconians use servitor races and other species to do their fighting for them. Species 8472 has been an unknowing catspaw of the Iconians for some time. This time, however, the Undine were defeated, and it was our combined strength that allowed us to prevail. Thousands of years ago, the Iconians were defeated by an alliance of races. I predict their ultimate aim has been to prevent such an alliance from happening again.
And I would say they have failed spectacularly. The conflict between the Federation and the Empire is over. And due to the Republic having both allies in the Federation and the Empire, it seems the Romulan Republic has brought us together.
There have been periods in our combined history when the Federation and the Empire have not been at war, but they have not been allies either. This may be the beginning of such a time. It will be up to us to determine what happens next. With time, we may even restore the alliance that came out of the Khitomer Accords.
So there is a ceasefire. Will there be more talks? What happens now?
Voyager will return to the Delta Quadrant. There is much to do there, and the Jenolan Sphere will need to be protected from further Undine assaults. I am sure I will see you again. You have been a worthy ally, and your wisdom and courage will be called upon in the days ahead. Until then, live long and prosper.
Peace and long life to you, Admiral. Absolute, this is Captain Vanek. On to beam up. All reports have been sent. Hail command. I hope so, Admiral. There's more work to be done, though. I am still simply a captain, Admiral. Indeed. Admiral Tuvok mentioned there is work to be done in the Delta Quadrant. Voyager and her trip back from the Delta Quadrant encountered a lot of species. Perhaps it is time to reconcile with some of them. Ooh, space trades, I think. Probably space trade, yeah. Living whole, or fluid entities. I suppose you could do it so you could get all of them. The console, is it? No, do space trade.
Congratulations, Captain.
It is, Sub-Commander. Then it would seem that while the space dock is being repaired, Kronos' defense is restored as well. We have our next orders, correct? Very well. We will head for the Delta Quadrant. But that will happen next time. At least that's their whole arc completed, and we're already in the prime spot to go to the Delta Quadrant. and the gateway. So, thank you very much for being here. Live long and prosper, as Admiral Tuvok said. See you next time.